Tony, congratulations on your victory this evening. We saw the emotion that you had after the fight. Can you just talk about what this victory, what this moment means to you after all that you went through?
I was such a crazy mixed emotion, I couldn't even tell. It wasn't even crying, it wasn't even laughing, it was like all of the above. I don't want to bore you guys with my speeches or anything today. I left it all in the cage. I really did. It's been a long, long year for me. You guys have no idea the stuff that I went through. I think you guys have seen a little bit, but tonight I went in there and I did it lyrically. So you guys saw me in there fighting my heart out.
Yeah. I know you were confident in your healing and the surgery and everything, but when he comes out and just kicks your leg right off the start of the fight, was there even a moment of hesitation or a second where you paused or anything along those lines?
No, I smiled. And as soon as I smiled, he smiled back. I think that was the pinnacle of the moment where we decided that we were going to have fun in there. And we were just going to let it all go. He had no answers for my inside leg kicks. He was blocking a lot of my punches and he was bunched up. This camp, we utilized baseball. Baseball was one of the things in my camp that I had was the sand lot. So we were throwing fast pitches at him and he was blocking. So I had to throw a couple change-ups and I was missing a little bit. So I had to throw some curveballs at him. I had to get him to start swinging a little bit to open himself up. And once I did, his conditioning was checked. I made him quit.
You definitely got hurt for a second. Can you tell us kind of what you remember about that and what was going through your mind as you battled back?
I wouldn't call it hurt. Check this out. I don't spar. I haven't sparred in probably about 4 or 5 years. Yeah, check that out. Okay? I have a good group of people that I rely on that we really do they coach me and they drill me, and I have to rely on my own methodology of just my training from previous sports. When I do that, you don't want to take too many hits to the head or to the body anymore in sparring. You don't need to do that, especially at this high level where I'm at. I'm the fucking champ. You guys realize that, right? I've been the champ. I am the champ. You have these two knuckleheads over there making this sport look bad. So when I had that media scrum over there and I yelled at all you guys, don't be feeding that bullshit. Straight up. I am the champ. I don't have a belt up here. I don't need to have a belt up here and be the champ. So if you guys want to feed that, go ahead. Put that in your pocket and take it with you. But what I'm doing here is cleaning up the sport. This is an Olympic level type of sport and it needs to be cleaned up. I've been training like an Olympian. I've took so many different things out of my life that I didn't need anymore. And I just felt lifted. So awesome. Such a great feeling.
Well, and you mentioned the main event. It seemed like you would be in line for the winner. I mean, that would be the fight that makes sense. After what you just saw, help us understand what should come next. I mean, there's people saying Khabib should be stripped for his actions. There's other people saying, you know, put a rematch together because it'll sell millions on pay-per-view. Give us an idea of what you saw, what you thought of it, and what it should mean for you.
Khabib and I deserve to fight. We need to fight for the 5th time. We need to try this out again. He is the champ. I was the intern champ. I'm still the fucking champ. There's no BS in this. Conor does not want to fight me. I saw him when we were walking out to the weigh-ins. He walked up, he did his strut. I turned around and he fucking stopped. He looked like a deer in headlights. Nobody wants to be trapped inside that cage with me. They don't want to get cut by my elbows. They don't want to get hit by any of my kicks, and they don't want their conditioning checked by me. I'm a different animal than these guys. They want to be animals inside there. I'm the dog catcher, guys. All right? I got a noose for them.
Tony, right here. Anthony Pettis' corner. They stopped the fight. Could you realize that? Did you know that he had broken his hand? I think he said he had shattered his hand. First off, could you tell that something was going on with his hand? And second, what do you think about corners? I mean, we've been saying this for a while that we need to see more corners stopping fights where they think their fighter can't go. What's your thoughts on his corner stopping that?
Anthony Pettis is not a quitter. He battled probably the best fighter that I could probably be in this fight. This was a world championship level fight right here that I had. Doesn't matter who was going to be put in front of me. Their will was going to be tested. They were going to taste blood. I actually had blood in my eyes and we stopped. I was getting excited because I was battling a little bit of adversity. You said, you got rocked. Yes, I got freaking rocked. It was amazing. You guys have no idea how well I battle under attrition. I do so well under chaos, it's not even funny. There's nobody in this division that's ready for me. You guys want to talk about money fights, you want to talk about this and that. I have the belt inside my room. I'll match my belt up with Conor's or with Khabib's any day. I'm all in. I'll bump up to 170 when I'm done here and I'll clean up that division too.
So Tuesday, obviously at the PI, that was an interesting interview. Wednesday, you started having fun at the open weigh-ins, or media day, and then an open weigh-ins. Was today fun? Did you enjoy being back in the cage after surgery?
Yes, I'm smiling, guys. I don't have to talk bullshit. I had a lot of fun in there. I was really nervous going into the match. You guys have no idea how nervous I was. I was trying to find my groove, trying to listen to my music, but it was so hard. It's been a year since I've been competing inside this octagon. I wanted to go in there and I wanted to demonstrate everything that I've been working for. And how embarrassing would it have been if I lost? And then all those videos that I've been doing, right? I mean, it would have came back at me. So I had to make sure that I went in there and I put this dude away in color, in fashion. So that way it would set me up for the next fight, which is the title fight. I am the champ. Dana White, you need to pay me. I don't know if I got a bonus. Did I get a bonus, guys?
I haven't heard yet.
I haven't heard anything, right? Everything's been so busy. It's been so chaotic. But Pettis and I deserve fight of the night, and I deserve another bonus because of that. You guys understand, I train my ass off, and I have a bunch of fighters looking at me to set the sport clean. And I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm not going to worry about anybody else doing what they're doing because they're going to have to go home at night, and they're going to have to decide whether or not they were doing the right thing. Not me.
Tony, you earlier in the week said that you don't actually enjoy fighting and your victory dance is a bag of M&Ms and a can of Coke. After an epic war, yes, mate, yeah, get in. After such an epic war against Pettis, arguably fight of the night, is the can of Coke and the M&Ms going to cut it?
Pizza. You guys are like, nah, you guys are like boring out here. But it's funny because it's the smaller things to me that make the biggest difference. Because that keeps me humble. You guys don't want me to have a big head like Conor. Trust me, you guys won't fucking like me. We'll be putting numbers on that pay-per-view stuff if you guys really want me to cut some promos. Trust me, it's cool. I clean up nice. You know, I don't need these lines in my hair. I don't need all that stuff. But I have good management. I have my family. Even before that, I got fake family friends. And that's strong. You got to try to take this smile from me. You got to beat me inside that octagon. And I don't see not one of these fighters in the UFC doing that. I'm setting myself up for life, for my 401k and everything else with my professional team. I'm taking Snap into it global. You guys have no idea. Me and my Sharks, we're going big with this stuff. Health and wellness, man. It's awesome. I did my thing in 4 months. A lot of these PT guys, I'm going back from my PT, you guys. You guys know what that is, right? It's a doctorate. That way you motherfuckers have to listen to me now. You get it?
Dr. Ferguson, in the front row. Just a quick.
Sounds good.
Tony, you know, just to play the devil's advocate, you said you want to clean up the sport and you didn't like that, but there weren't too many people that seemed like they were outraged by what happened at the end of the fight tonight, and obviously it's going to be dominating the news for the next several days. How is this bad if people liked it and it's going to make the fighters money? It's
entertainment. It's what you do with it. I'm not going to get mad at it anymore. I mean, you heard a bunch of people just, I mean, if there's nobody getting too hurt in it, and this is Vegas, we're Vegas stronger. Right? I fight here. My first time here was when I had a trial for the Ultimate Fighter. People were trying to pull me, hey, let's go to Vegas, let's go have fun. I'm like, you guys don't understand. It's like, I don't like Vegas. Why? Because I want to go and I want to fight there. When this stuff happens in different sports, it puts a bad taste in it, but we're trying to clean it up. And we're trying to clean up as much as possible, but that's not for me anymore. I don't have to get all crazy on it. I have fun. If there's another fighter in front of me, which I hope is Khabib or Conor, I even call him Conor. I'll give him that respect anymore. I don't have to call him Tiramisu McNuggets because I have all the sauce, and I'm very sweet.
And just to follow up, just one last question. How do you think you'd match up with Khabib when you saw what he did against Conor tonight?
It was funny. I actually saw Conor in the back at the weigh-ins, and he was strutting up, doing his thing. I can't even do that shit. It's kind of cool. I throw elbows like a Mexican here. But he was strutting up, and I had my music on, and I could see a shadow, and I looked over my shoulder, and he stopped in his tracks. He saw fear. I saw fear, like the biggest fear ever. He forgot for a split second. The same way I saw him over at Mayweather when he was over at the presser. When I saw that, he doesn't want a piece of me. Management will make sure that I don't ever touch that guy because they know exactly I'll make that dude mincemeat. I'll chop that dude up, boom, and feed him to the dogs. You got Khabib. Khabib's a game opponent. He's a real fighter. I don't know about that BS that happened afterwards, but emotions flare inside there. You guys have no idea what we have to prepare for. I recommend any of you guys to pick up a pair of gloves and a pair of hand wraps and go spar somebody. See if that makes you excited a little bit. Because if that does excite you, then you're in the right sport. Okay? What the UFC is going to do with that, that's not on me. I'm going to prepare for the next guy that's in front of me. Straight up.
Hey, Tony, just regarding that next guy, you know, when you won, you sort of look into the camera and you call that Conor McGregor and Khabib, and not to sort of take away from this moment, but given the tough year that you've had, how long do you think you'd like to wait before you get back in the cage and sort of wait?
I'll be ready next week. I'll be ready next week. I'm going to go back to the drawing board. I'm going to throw salt in my whole entire film. I'm going to watch film tonight. I'm going to watch it 100 times with my wife like I always do. I'm going to eat some pizza. I'm going to drink my can of Coke. I'm going to eat my peanut butter M&Ms. I'm going to spend time with my little man because he doesn't know what's going on. You know what I mean? Later on in the future, he's going to see this stuff and he's going to laugh. And I'm going to be like, yeah, Pop, that's me. Because when he sees my picture on the board, he goes over and he's like, Dad, Dad, Dad. That's who I'm representing, guys. Not you guys, not anybody else. I'm doing it for my little man and for my wife. So if I can make them smile, I'm doing my job right. And I don't have to do anything else.
being that you are a student of the game, and obviously they are the guys that you may be facing next, was there anything that you learned about Conor and or Khabib sort of after the way the fight played out tonight?
I think a lot of people learned more than I did. We all realized that Conor is human. You get it? I had a bunch of blood in my face tonight, and Conor didn't get to get bloody. Khabib, they're not those kind of fighters. They never battled a guy like me that had blades and shades. You know, I make fun of that. You can't prepare for a guy like me. You can try to take notes and watch all my past film, but it depends on what kind of music I'm listening to that time. I'm going to tell you, I was nervous going in this fight. There's been a whole year since I've actually competed. I mean, if you've been like myself, and you're watching from the sidelines, and you're gonna get more pissed. You're gonna get more pissed, and you're gonna want to get back in the game. Because if you're hurt, you gotta dust yourself off. I had to dust off a couple people in my camp this time, and they were acting hurt. I was like, no, dude, you're all right. Get up, dust yourself off, get back in the game. Because if you're injured, get the fuck off my mat. I'm here to work. I'm here to work, gentlemen and ladies. Not even in that order. But I'm here to work. I'm here to have fun. I'm here to represent myself well and my family. Not represent the sport. I represent myself well. I'm an athlete. I'm a competitor, first and foremost. I went out there, I outpointed my opponent, and I put him away. Tony Ferguson style. Not talking to myself in the third person, but TF. That's a technical fucking fault.
Just one more from me, Tony. You spoke about how you deserve a bonus for that fight. One of the interesting things that came out earlier in the week is that you're potentially going to be paid $150,000 to show and a $5,000 win bonus. Is that accurate? And if so, why is it? Why are you getting a $5,000 win bonus?
They offer me a finish bonus. You don't dangle money in front of me, expect to dance. I went in there and I said I want a win bonus, not a finish bonus. They didn't want to give me the other money. So I opted for 5. I said, give me something. Why? Because that's much more important to me. Like I said, I could retire tonight and take Snap into a global. My Sharks are making sure that my business is taking off very well. I'm going back to school, guys. I love everything that's going on right now. I'm at peace. My health is great. Yeah, I quit drinking, but I could pick that shit up back again. But I love the way my body's looking. Straight up, and so does my wife. She comes up to me, gives me a hug, and she's like, damn, that's awesome when you see that. You want to be He-Man for those kinds of people. You get what I'm saying?
Tony, right here. First and foremost, congratulations on the win. After the fight was over, it seemed, at least to me, that you are a lot more emotional this time out. Is that a correct observation? And what were you thinking about at the moment?
Absolutely nothing. I was just glad that this chapter in my life started a new one. That was a long chapter, man. It was like 5 months. When you're reading that book, you ever have that problem when you try to read the same page over and over? I don't have that one. I just keep flipping the page. I keep absorbing, keep learning from what my mistakes are. I keep growing. Because if I don't allow myself room for growth, I'm going to start floating up there like everybody else. I'm going to start getting a big head. Like I said, you guys don't want me to get a big head. It's easy. I got ears to match them. And trust me, I learned to laugh at myself a little bit. Maybe I'll go into comedy. Maybe I'll go into entertainment. But I am an entertainer. This is entertainment, right? We enjoy what we're doing. So until I don't enjoy what I'm doing anymore, I'm going to keep doing what I do, and that's cutting people up.
You said you wanted a title shot. That means a fight against a fight against Khabib. What if the UFC, after the whole incident, after the fight, decides to, let's put on a rematch, and do you then want to wait for a title shot?
Rematch? The dude got finished. The dude got straight up finished. No, I'm going to stop you right there. The guy got finished. If you get finished, you need to move the fuck on. I'm here. I just finished Anthony Pettis via verbal tap, right? Verbal tap. Anthony Pettis, and we have to give him credit because that dude's a champ. He was the champ from WC. He's Mr. Kick Off the Cage. You guys got to realize when you're up and coming and you see these guys doing these types of things, it's crazy. You have to up your level. You have to up your game, not only mentally, but physically and emotionally. You got to be testing yourself inside and outside of that octagon. I'm doing these sprints. I'm doing these hill climbs. I'm doing this and crazy stuff, right? And I'm putting it out there. Just wait the next week. I'm going to throw out my real videos of my training. You guys will really see what I went through. This was no easy task for myself. You guys have no idea. When you're hurt, how do you feel? You lay down, right? You take a second. You go, you take your vitamins. You do your thing. When I'm hurt, I love it. I love that feeling because it's real. That's the most realest feeling that you could ever have, is being in pain, because everything else, happiness, could be fake. Crying could be fake, but pain? Shit. That's real. I got kicked in the leg. It hurt a little bit, but I walked it off. When I got kicked in the leg and I smiled, that was real. It did not hurt. It took me 4 months because I've had great trainers. Trainers meaning doctors, okay? Doctors, therapists that have helped me battle back from my arm. Dude, I've had how many surgeries, guys? Who knows the right amount of surgeries I've had? None of y'all. I've had 5 to 6 surgeries. I can't even remember how many surgeries I've had. But that's plenty of time to learn a thing or two about a thing or two, don't you think? And take an opportunity to say, you know what, I'm not gonna take your condescending handshake, therapist guy. I'm gonna do this shit on my own. You're telling me 6 months to a year? I'm gonna do it in 3 months. I did it in less than 5 months, ladies and gentlemen. Why? Because I was good health, good rest. I took the Kobe Bryant approach. The more I got towards this fight, sleep less, run more, work out more, feel better, eat good, rest more. Repeat the process over and over, and it showed inside that octagon tonight. Anthony Pettis, a very game opponent. We did our homework and we saw him quit. We made him quit.
Tony, I guess my question was, are you saying a title
I didn't
fight
answer it.
or no fight at all?
What's that?
Are you saying either I get a title fight or no fight at all, or are you willing to take another fight if you don't
Fuck
get
no,
off
give me a
this?
title fight. Literally, what do you guys think? Here, show of hands, just please, real quick, because I know you guys didn't do this shit last time I asked you to do something. So this one time, give me this one thing, okay? Show of hands. Do I deserve the title fight? Raise your hand. Yeah, that's cool. That's chill. Everybody's like this. I don't know if I should do it or not, but hey, it's cool. Yeah, Tony sees me. He won't get mad at me. It's cool. Really, I have fun with it. If you want to give me Conor, I'll go toe-to-toe with him. I'll put my foot inside a tire. I would love to go toe-to-toe with him. Mexican warrior versus an Irish warrior? That's pretty proper. I got you. But you want to put me in tiramisu inside that? We'll make that sweet. And I have to tell you, I have to give these guys respect. I don't want to call him McNuggets anymore. I don't want to call him tiramisu because that shit got old. I did that shit on purpose to troll all y'all. And it's been funny, man, because everybody, it clicked now. Now I have tiramisu Tuesdays. Now I got McNugget Mondays. You know what I mean? It works. It's fun. I did my job. Any other questions? One more. What's up, buddy?
Tony, you said during the week that you signed a bout agreement with Conor McGregor, but you didn't give too much detail into it. Can you explain more what happened with that bout agreement?
The guy didn't want to fight me. Obviously, he wanted to make more money. He wanted to do different things with a colorful fighter. But check this out. I clean up very well. I've been wearing suits inside the octagon since The Ultimate Fighter 13. Even before GSP even touched face wearing these suits. House called me the GQ Killer. You know what that is? That's an awesome nickname. You know what Stitch called me? He's like, you're the best dressed fighter I ever dressed. Wearing 3-piece suits in there. Being comfortable doing it. These guys follow my trends and they don't want to quote me with it, but it's cool. I take notes on them and I'm just like, I love it. Because what I'm doing in this game is amazing and it's just sad that y'all can't see that shit. I'm done. Thank you guys.